You're live.
What's up, Roto Grinders? I think we're live. I hope we're live. Welcome to Wednesday, the Daily Fantasy Happy Hour. We normally talk pretty fast. Now, we're down to about 33 minutes or so we're going to talk, what, twice as fast, Pepsi?
Arr, matey, arr.
you're still rocking your Pirates patch, yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's not your fault. You make me do this.
You're like, yeah, let's kill some time.
That's right. You make me do all this Google stuff, and I'm playing around with things, and then you bail out like a little girl. So, yeah. Real men wear pirate match patches.
That's not true. I don't believe that's true at all. Where is that bumper sticker? Because it's not available as far as I know.
Oh, it's on my license plate. Does that count?
That's not in your license plate. I don't believe that at all. I mean, is that the state? I'm sorry. What's the motto of Canada? Like each state has a motto here. Is there like a province motto?
Yeah.
Do you guys have that?
Yeah, I forget what it is though. Ontario's beautiful or something. Home of Pepsi 7, Ontario, something like that.
Well, you really take pride in it. That's really Canadian pride there. It's home of something. I guess it's beautiful. Sure, why not?
Something about Ontario being good, I think.
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely. Daily Fantasy Happy Hour, sponsored by Fantasy Aces, of course. They want college football. I know you guys have the Canadian football up there. Ricky Williams once partaked in it several years ago. College football starts tomorrow, and I am giddy. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Do you care about college football, or you're kind of indifferent?
Yeah, growing up with not having football around, I'm not much of a college football fan at all. I don't dislike it. I'm not really into it, don't know much about it. So Canadian football sucks. But doesn't Fantasy Aces have some college football going on tomorrow too?
Yeah, exactly. And college football starts tomorrow. Fantasy Aces starts tomorrow, college football. And my UCF Knights, they're playing in Ireland. And there's a possible threat of a volcano exploding. Or I guess it wouldn't be exploding, it erupts, right? Volcanoes erupt, they don't explode. But that's threatening the game, apparently. But as far as I know, UCF is in Ireland playing Penn State. And go Knights. There you go. Represent. I know you're excited about the UCF Knights. Come on. You're with me on that.
Too bad they weren't called the Volcanoes, though. That would have been pretty cool.
I don't think there is a team. Yeah. I don't think there is a team called the Volcanoes as far as I know. But there's a lot of mascots out there. So maybe there's one like community college, like the Topeka Volcanoes somewhere. I have no idea.
Should we just skip talking baseball today? I mean, we pretty much missed the whole show anyway. I mean, should we do 30 minutes of fun rather than let everybody else talk baseball?
I think we got to talk some baseball. The people want Pepsi. The people want to know what you had a big night last night. Not to be outdone, of course, by CSU Ram. He won $1 million. Great, congratulations, good for him. But Pepsi, you had a sweat of your own. That was comparable, correct?
Not quite. Supposed to know Peter Jennings. What a great guy. What a great player. Congratulations to him. Very happy for him winning $1 million.
Yes. Did you do the finger thing? I wasn't watching.
Yes, I just did that for you. Mike Myers, Canadian, and fellow diehard Leaf fan.
Mike Myers, overrated. He hasn't had it. What was the last thing Mike Myers has done, like acting-wise, in the last 10 years, outside of Shrek? And that's not even acting. That's just speaking. And Cat in the Hat. Oh, he made a guest appearance. He made like a one-scene appearance inexplicably in Inglourious Basterds. But besides that, what else has that guy done? Where is he?
I don't know. I guess he had a whole bunch of famous movies. He's a billionaire, and his life's pretty good. I guess that sucks for Mike Myers. Let's bash him.
Yeah, I feel.
What have you done? Come on.
I've never seen a Shrek movie. I'll tell you what I haven't done. Never once watched Shrek. No interest. No, thank you.
Well, I have young kids in my family, so I watch them. They're actually pretty funny. But anyway, last night the strikeout. It's like been my whole season. I'm sitting in third place. Look like I got $7,500 wrapped up on that second Posey homer. Just killed me, knocked me down to sixth or seventh, and cost me a little over $6,000. So that hurt a little bit. Only had 2 batters to go. It was the Posey at bat and the Seager at bat. Of course, Seager got out, but still, I always say when you win money, you don't complain. So it still was a good night for me, even though it was 6,000 shot than I was hoping for. But seem to be rolling right now here, so I'm feeling good.
So you won like $999,000 less than CSU last night. And I was joking, obviously. Congratulations to him. Great guy, great in the industry, and we're all happy for him, of course. I guess we really can't go off of any sidetracks today. We only have a half hour at this point. Starting pitchers, there's a couple good starting pitchers tonight. Break it down for me. We got Kershaw, we got Kluber, and we got that David Price guy.
Yeah, those are definitely 3 top dogs tonight. I give the edge to Kershaw where you could afford him. I think he's just a little safer. The Dodgers should score some runs off Miley. Some of the Dodgers have hit him well. I think it just comes down to the fact that if you're facing an NL team, it's a lot less potent than, say, the Yankees or White Sox. They're decimated by injuries. The team doesn't look very good. They're the worst offense in baseball the last 30 days. Mind you, they don't strike out a whole lot, but neither do, say, the Yankees. They're a contact team as well. So Kershaw, for me, is the safest play to go with. I like Price number 2, and Kluber I like as well. A little worried about him on the road versus the White Sox, who can hit. I think that's a better GPP play when you've got Kershaw and Price ahead of him. So I would go Kershaw, Price, and Kluber for me.
All right. It's not going to be a fun conversation because I agree with you, and I think Kluber makes for an excellent tournament play just because, the White Sox struck out a ton, but they definitely can hammer too. Kluber can go 8 innings, strike out 12 guys, or I can see him just going like 5 or 6 and giving up like 5 or 6, runs and a couple dongs. So I'm not necessarily going to throw him out in my cash games. Kershaw, if you could pay up for him, sure, of course. David Price, he's a beast as well. If we're paying down, is it Julio Teheran? Look at that Met lineup. Have you seen it today or no?
Yeah, it's awful. And I was talking to Boggs earlier about that too, and trying to figure out the best options for tournament play, just for you, Dean.
Thank you.
And I was looking at going, I really like Tehran if that Mets lineup comes out looking the same as it did last night. Sure enough, it comes out. It's ugly. Tehran's the guy I like. He's going to fly under the radar, I think, just because he's had some mediocre starts recently and after rolling, and he's got much better numbers at home. But I really like him in that middle tier range. I think he can throw Matt Latos in there as well. That Cubs line was looking pretty awful. But Rizzo, no?
No Rizzo. Rizzo's got a back. And Matt Latos just had a kid on Monday. We talk about birthdays and bobbleheads. Is there I just had a kid, therefore I'm going to go out there and throw 8 strong innings? Is that a thing?
I don't know. You believe in these things more than I do, and you're pretty good at it. So if you're thinking I just had a kid, I'm going to show him how good I am, then I think I should jump on it because you're pretty bang on when you put with these things.
Or is he distracted and he's not getting any sleep and he's his mind's elsewhere? You can just play the narrative however you like, depending on how the game turns out. But Anthony Rizzo not being in that lineup, it certainly hurts the Cubs. It just looks a lot worse. It's just one guy. They brought up Jorge Soler. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's one of their big prospects. Not as big as Chris Bryant, but Jorge Soler ripping in the minors, and he's batting 5th tonight. But their cleanup hitter is Luis Valbuena. And that's generally when your cleanup hitter is Luis Valbuena, it's generally not a very strong lineup.
I don't mind Valbuena, but I agree. As a cleanup hitter, you can't I always use Valbuena as a punt third base in a great matchup. But no, definitely play tonight. I lean to the side of you got the adrenaline going. You're pretty happy and excited having a kid, and now you get back on the field and whatnot. So I lean to the side of him pitching well tonight. A couple other guys I'll mention. Zach Wheeler, always capable of having a big game, especially at home against a Braves team that does strike out quite a bit. However, they've hit him fairly well too, especially the lefties in Freeman and Hayward. So I don't love it, but he's certainly in play. And Giovanni Gallardo, not striking a lot of guys, not pitching well recently, but he kind of came back this year and bounced around a little bit better. The Padres, they still strike out. They're not very good. And his counterpart, who I can't remember now, who is Gallardo facing tonight, Dean?
Oh, Drizemir Despaigne.
Hey, well said, my friend, well said. So Gallardo is a good spot too, I think, tonight.
I agree. I love Wheeler, by the way. I think Wheeler makes for an excellent tournament play. The first thing I would say is if you're playing a cash game, this is not the night to pay down. You want to pay up. You want to make sure you get, if you're on a 2-pitcher site like Fantasy Aces, you want to get at least one of these studs, and if you can work in 2, sure, by all means, that'll be tricky. But Clayton or Price, that's the way to go. Where's the other guy? Tim Hudson. He's really, really, really cheap. He hasn't been very good, but he's a huge favorite and a small over-under in a big ballpark. The Rockies stink on the road. He's not going to strike out a ton of guys, but I think he's fairly, I don't know what to say, he's safe, but we can get 6 innings and 4 or 5 Ks and a W, right? Make it happen?
I'm not on Hudson tonight at all. I think the Rockies hit him a little bit. He's not a guy I can trust. There's no Ks there, and yes, guys, I'm aware of the clown here and all the things, trying to have some fun with this. We're going to miss out on talking about the fun, so now and said, hey, we should play with the group of Hangout. Let's do all these features, and then Dean doesn't do anything, so I'm going to have some fun with it.
Hold on a second. I don't have the capabilities for some reason. That was one of the other issues we were dealing with. Actually, this is Stevie opening up the Hangout for us, and he's on 15% battery life, so if we cut off at 5:26, that's the reason why. His laptop died, so there you go. But,
over under at 5:18.
I'll take the over. He said he had 18%. I did the math.
No, I'm good.
There he is.
I plugged in for you guys, just so you guys know. You guys are good until 5:30.
And that's a special guest with you, is it not?
Yes, special guest. You want to say hi? No? Okay. All right. Get back to work. Sorry. Just want to let you know you were good to go.
Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate that. The cameo appearance. I wanted to ask her if she liked Odriza Meredith-Spanier, but I guess she's no longer there, or she's not a big fan. That's unfortunate because I'm on the fence with Odriza Mer. I'm not playing him. All right, any other pitchers we want to talk about? What about Phil Hughes against Hendricks, the emergency starter?
Hughes again. He comes out of nowhere to throw gem after gem after gem. Then he gets rocked for a few weeks. Now he's throwing gems again. I don't hate him, but I mean, against this Kansas City team, again, we talked about it before. Kansas City is a good contact team. They don't strike it a lot. They find ways to score runs, take you deep into games. It's not ideal in any form, I don't think, tonight. But, I mean, if you want to throw it there on a multi-pitcher side or his GPP, I won't talk yet of it. I'm not on it tonight. I don't see the K upside. All
right, we're on a limited time, so as much as I want to dig into Odriza Meredith-Spanier tonight, as much as I want to talk about him and sing his, the praises, we can't because we have to move on to catcher. Where are we looking at catcher? Okay, so Buster Posey, he got you last night. Now are you going to be on board?
Yeah, I mean, he's the best guy again tonight, and it wasn't that I wasn't on Posey last night. I just couldn't squeeze him into that particular lineup. I couldn't afford him that one, so it ended up coming back to bite me in that lineup there. But Posey's the number one guy again tonight. Really like Devin Mesoraco is back. I know he's ice cold. I wrote about that today. He's a stud, and studs don't stay cold for very long, so he's due to break out, in my opinion. And Jacob Turner's got those reverse splits. He's just not a very good pitcher in general. So if you're off Posey, kind of like Mesoraco there, maybe more of a GPP play. Obviously, Mesoraco with him being cold and Posey better for your cash gains. But those are the two top guys there. Like not a whole lot to love a catcher in general. Victor Martinez is still solid, I think, if you're in a I guess basically FanDuel has him a catch now. I think is that right? Dean, just FanDuel is the only one now.
As far as I know, that's pretty much the only place he's available. I think he's utility on Fantasy Aces.
Yeah. So I guess throw a little V-Mart in there on FanDuel only. Other than that, though, there's a few middle tier guys. Dion Navarro, Wilson Ramos in pretty decent spots, and Stephen Vogt, I don't mind as well. Actors here. I don't mind Vogt as well for Oakland. I think all three of those guys are decent middle tier guys, but definitely Posey and Mesoraco have got to be 1-2. I think Posey's going to be pretty popular tonight, especially after the double dong last night.
That's the thing I was saying to you off air, which, by the way, I just pulled up a video. A nice face. I appreciate that. I was saying to you off air, I kind of sort of hope that Buster Posey sits tonight. I know he's got an amazing matchup and all that, but I feel like there's pivots that you can pay down for, and I want to pay up for a starting pitcher, and I feel like I have to pay for Buster Posey in the cash game, if for no other reason just to block the other guy. Not that it's a bad pick, but I just feel like I have to play him just in case he goes off again.
Well, like I said, for your cash games, and this is a guy that's been an all-star for a lot of years and the best inning catcher in baseball off and on for a lot of years, so he's at home. He's facing a lefty pitcher, a bad lefty. We know he's crushed him throughout his career. I mean, I don't see why you want to get off him. I understand that you don't want to pay up, and I think he's a great pick regardless of who's on him. So I don't see why you want to get off him today. It's just he's in a good spot. Other than the fact that everybody's on him and he double dong last night, he's just in a good spot. Anytime Posey faces a lefty, he's a safe cash game play. So for your cash games, I wouldn't be looking for a way out.
I'm just looking for a way to play Clayton Kershaw, and Clayton Kershaw and Buster Posey makes things kind of tricky, and then. It's a certain day, a certain second baseman that I really want to play today. I don't want to spoil it just yet, but he's facing a lefty. I'll say that much. Any other catchers we're looking at there? Is that pretty much it? It's Vogt if you want to pay down. If you're in the middle, go for what's his name? Who's the guy you said in the middle? Oh, Devin Mesoraco. Sure, and that's pretty much it. Is that we're done? We're out. We're moving on.
We can move on.
All right. First base. What do you got for me?
First base is tough tonight. I keep thinking that, we're playing Price, we're playing Kershaw, you're playing one of those multi-pitcher sites, so not really interested in paying up for guys like Pappy, Miggy, or Encarnacion tonight. They're all good spots. Santana's another one, but I think Freddie Freeman's in a pretty good spot. What are you laughing at?
I just saw your picture. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
So, Freeman's in a good spot. I like him tonight. He's hit Wheeler really well, but Wheeler's pitched really well recently, so that's more of a tough call. For me, I'm going to go down to the middle tier, looking at guys like Brendan Moss, Adam Lind, Adam LaRoche. I think they're all in good spots, facing righties in good ballparks. So those three guys will be popular tonight. Steve Pearce is a guy that I think will fly under the radar and is a nice GPP pick, even though Smiley's been very good. And against righties recently, that Baltimore team's tough versus righties. So Pearce is a guy flying under the radar tonight, but I think Lind and Moss are going to be the most popular guys if you're looking for a decent bat that can have a big night, but you don't have to pay for it. I think those are your most popular guys, and they're the two guys that I'm on mostly.
Brandon Moss is another guy that's been ice cold. Are you trusting that he's going to break out one of these days? Is today that day? Maybe, possibly.
It's possible. He's in a good spot again, in a good ballpark. I think maybe Lind is a little safer if you want to strictly talk cash games. He had a good game last night there with a couple of doubles. He just missed it in a walk-off home run for the Jays in the bottom of the ninth, I believe it was. And that would have completely changed the whole outcome of the night because Boston then went off in the 11th, I believe, and it exploded for all those runs and made Peter Jennings a millionaire. So he's got to be happy that that ball Lind hit went off the wall and not out of the ballpark. But he didn't miss it by much, and Lind had been crushing righties before his DL stint. He looks pretty good right now.
If you want to pick on Liam Hendricks, generally speaking, I don't like to play Joe Mauer just because he's just a bunch of singles, but I agree with you. I think today's a day to pay down at first base. It's a place to save. None of the elite guys just kind of jump out for me. You got Mauer, you got Kenny's Vargas. They're both available there at first. What about Mike Morse against the lefty? I know last night, and it happens a lot, Mike Morse gets taken out of the game a lot because he's a horrendous defender. And he got taken out in the sixth. I believe he was taken out because, I feel like partially, it was because there was a perfect game going on. And the last thing they want is Mike Morse to just like Mike Morse it up and just like completely tank a ball in the field and just ruin everything for Madison Bumgarner. But he'll get a pinch runner sometimes, and they'll give him the hook as far as defense. But you should be able to get 3 at-bats there against Franklin Morales, which is, that's not so bad. He's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I don't hate him, and I like your Mauer pick. I think Mauer you could even use in cast games. He's a tough strikeout. He will walk. He finds his way on base. I don't mind Mauer in your cast games. Mike Morse more of a GPP play. He's got the power, the upside, the matchup tonight, but he's not a guy you can trust. And like you say, he doesn't get pulled. Same with Adam Lind. A lot of times he'll get pinch run for. Lefty will come in late in the game and they'll put a righty in. So anybody you're paying down for, you always have these headaches. 2 guys you don't have that headache with, though, if you're looking at the cheap out. And, these guys will play the whole game. James Loney and Billy Butler are 2 decent options down there that should get the 4 or 5 at-bats, whatever it is. And Butler's hit you as well, even when he's pitched well. So Butler's not a bad spot there tonight.
All right, so I know we don't have the actual format because we're on Google Hangouts. We don't have a producer today, but let's pivot on over to third base in the spirit of Fantasy Aces. Third base is pretty brutal today. It's pretty ugly, is it not?
Yeah, it's ugly. When I was writing the article, I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out who to use, and I just strictly sort of stuck to value, again, with the assumption most guys are paying up for an ace or 2 tonight. So I gave a lot of value out there. Donaldson, Lagoria, decent, always in good spots there. Don't love the matchup with both of them facing righties. So for me, I went to Todd Frazier. I thought he's in a pretty good spot. Nice dual threat facing Jacob Turner, who I picked on a little bit in my article. Casey McGee in that same spot. Pablo Sandoval. And then you get your punts, Dean. Matt Dominguez, Juan Francisco, Lonnie Chisenhall, Moose Tacos. Pick your poison there. There's 4 guys that are dirt cheap and all of a shot hitting a home run. So there is some nice punt plays down there, but not a whole lot to like above that.
Yeah, I kind of like Dominguez a little bit. I'm kind of a sucker for him whenever he plays against the lefty. He's not the safest of guys, but the short Crawford boxes out there in Houston and left field. If you got a righty, if you can pull it, what is it, 315 feet, 320? It's very short out there, and so I think Matt Dominguez is worth a look, especially where he's so cheap. Carlos Santana, where he's third base eligible, I'm on him as well. Perfectly fine him against Hector Noesi. We haven't buried him just yet. Somebody I kind of missed in my write-ups is Brock Holt, and I feel like I kind of ignored him inexplicably leading off today versus speak on this. How is Stroman just like – okay, he was pitching great, and now he's been terrible. Is this the real Marcus Stroman, or is it somewhere in between?
No, he bounces back and throws a decent game tonight. I don't mind Brock Holt, but I think Stroman does enough to shut down the Red Sox or keep them fairly quiet tonight.
All right, so Holt, leading off, he's relatively cheap, but you don't want to pick on Stroman too much. Maybe throw like 1 red sack on him at tops, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, not so much. I'm getting ripped here for not playing my picks in the chat, and I'm just going to comment on this real quick. For those who know me and read my articles on a daily basis, that's all I do. My cash game lineup is pretty much 90% of what I write about. There's the odd time you build a lineup and you have to go somewhere cheap or go off the board a bit, or there's a guy that's scratched or a rain delay, and you got to avoid that. But if you saw my cash game lineup in my write-up yesterday, it's 90% the same team. So for those that are saying I'm not playing what I preach, that's a complete lie, because that's all I do. I give out my honest advice on here. I play everybody I talk about on here. And as far as GPP goes, yeah, I had several lineups that I strikeout, and there are guys on there that maybe I didn't talk a whole lot about, but GPP is completely different. And again, if you go back to my article, guys like Zach Walters and Boston Stacks and things like that are in my article as well. So for those bashing me, it's to each his own, but it's not the truth. Like I said, I play everybody there. If you look at my cash game lineup and my top 3 cash game outfielders from yesterday, they're the exact same 3. So just not sure, my friends. So you're missing some things there. But in GPPs, it's all open. I can't sit here and give you all my lineups here, but I continue to write about guys in GPPs. I continue to use them. So, and Soul Stew is right, I think.
I think
He was right.
there you go. I did not see that. That was like plus 3,000 in Vegas that you were going to say that today. That's an upset of the day right there. You said Soul Stealer's right. You guys all of a sudden are seeing things the same. But yeah, I can vouch for you too. Look, I think tomorrow. How about tomorrow's article? You list the 10 GPP lineups you're going to play. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that, right? Depending what you pitch. Sometimes you see things after. It happens, but as much as I think sometimes it hurts me giving my honest advice and telling people exactly what's going on, it's better for the industry. And a lot of times guys don't listen to me. Like I've been talking with Zach Walters for weeks and nobody's on him. It's helped me in the King of Diamond. It helped me last night. It's probably going to be 50% owned tonight now due to the price and the pitching. But, like I said, I use all the guys I talk about for the most part. And, I think it's better for the industry for us to come on here and be 100% honest. I don't hide anything. Even on a night when the DFPC is on the line, I tell you who I like and why I like them. I don't hide anything on here. So.
Same with me, but nobody's. Why is nobody complaining about me? Pick on me too. So, tell me the lineup you saw that was a wacky.
You look a lot more honest than me, I guess. That's what it is.
It's the terrible haircut, and that's what it is. And you're probably wearing like a clown face of some sort. No, yeah, there you go. I wouldn't trust you. I just pulled it up. You're wearing a Google headband. I don't know, a little shady.
I'll switch it to this. What is this? A tiara, I think it's called.
I believe so. Yes, it's lovely. It clashes with your glasses, but I like it.
Watch what I can do here. I didn't realize there's a pirate hat to go with. Look at that. This is perfect. The pirate hat with the patch. I missed this earlier.
How did you not recommend Russell Martin with that on?
I said go Pirates in the chat when you were walking your dog, combing your hair, and doing push-ups, whatever else everybody was figuring you were doing while you weren't on air. I don't think doing push-ups come up. That was me.
Yeah, well, I used to be able to knock him out, but I'm a little past my prime these days. But one day I will rise again. All right, so we're done with third base.
Must have been a flat tire Stevie thinks. That's what the problem was. You can't change the tire.
Hold on a second. Wait a second. You can't bury me. You can't laugh at me. You just confided in me before the show when nobody else was listening, and you said you don't know how to change a tire either. So how about that? Bam, calling you out.
See, in order to learn how to change a tire, you got to show up to class and whatnot. I went to school every day. I just wasn't a big fan of class. I ended up going to gym. I ended up playing gym and skipping to go play hockey and these things throughout my high school years. So I do not know how to fix a tire. I'm not interested. Do it on the side of the road. That's what they pay other people for. So I'm sure I've got some kind of plan that it comes, somebody comes and fixes it for me. Actually, I've never broke down the side of the road with a tire problem. I've never had to have that issue before. So far, so good.
I have. I just threw you under the bus that has, tires that are not deflated. How did you enjoy that?
That's cool. I'm not going to hide it. There's a lot of things. I mean, I'm one end or the other. I'm either really good at what I do or awful at what I do. I don't have that happy medium. So if I'm talking about it, I generally know it. If I'm not saying a word, that's because I'm completely retarded to the situation. When it comes to all these technical difficulties and computer issues, it hasn't been on my end so far, which is good, but I can't, as you just found out, I can't help anybody do anything. I got no idea what's going on.
Somebody said in the chat, I see what you did there, you racist. What did I say? I have no idea what I said. I didn't do anything. I wasn't attempting to, at least. I don't know. But we are falling behind. I'm not racist, for the record. I guess that's something you can't. I mean, how do you?
Well, if you don't like Bill Cosby,
this is true. I don't like Bill Cosby.
The Cosby Show was awful, as you stated earlier this week.
Yes.
Pretty much makes you a racist. Arr.
Overrated. I'll say that. I won't say it was awful. I'll say it was overrated. I'll tell you who's not overrated. Boom! Segue of the year. Jose Altuve. Lock him in your lineups and move on. Thank you very much.
Your boy.
You say something today.
My boy.
Are you doing something with a picture? Because I'm not watching you. Oh, you're still wearing the pirate hat.
I'm talking about Flavor Flav, man. Come on now.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, I don't know who he is either because I wouldn't acknowledge him because. Yeah. If there a giant clock available you can wear, you can throw it over your head.
How funny would I look in rap gear?
I think it would work.
White Canadian boy with red hair wearing big rap gear. That would be awesome. I don't see anything here.
It's a nice dichotomy.
Yeah, I don't see anything this year, but I'm wearing it.
So Jose Altuve, that's our number one guy at second base, and then I guess Jason Kipnis, if you want to pay it for him, sort of as well. He's kind of in that spot. Where else are we looking? Because that's kind of it for me. Unless you're going to pay completely down for Jeff Baker. I got to assume Jeff Baker's going to be batting second tonight in between Christian Yelich and Giancarlo Stanton facing a lefty. So I like him as well. If you're going to really if you're going to punt, Baker's my guy.
Yeah, I'm okay with Baker. I think Brendan Phillips is a guy I didn't mention that's in play today. I'm not a huge fan of him, but he's in a good spot. The lineup for Cincy looks a little better. We mentioned Jacob Turner with the reverse split, so I could see him being a decent punt play as well. And even Jose Ramirez batting 2 spot for the Indians tonight. It is Hector Noaso. Noaso?
Noaso.
And then Hector Noesi. Hector Noesi pitching tonight. Reverse split's big time, an awful pitcher. You could do worse than Ramirez or Baker as your punt play tonight for sure.
All right. I'm pretty much done with second, and I don't think. Did you say Jose Ramirez? Did you mention him?
Are you listening to me?
I was reading the chat. I heard most of it, like 80%.
In the 2 spot for Cleveland, Hector Noesi, and blah blah. You can correct it at one point. No, I should have just come on this show and done it solo. It would have been so much better. Yeah, it would have been a lot better. I would have got more information on it. You're just a mess, dude.
I'm multitasking. Apparently there's a ghost in my room too, because they're saying there's a dot on me and there's evidence of there's some sort of paranormal activity around me, so you should be concerned.
Well, bring him to Vegas, because he's my bowling partner now, not you.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm in bowling shape right now. I'm ready to go.
I'm in bowling shape. Hey, that's something everybody can pretty much say.
Well, yeah.
No matter how much I eat and how lazy I get, I am always in bowling shape.
Yeah. Like, what isn't bowling shape? I don't know, but what doesn't qualify? But yeah, I was thinking about getting a practice run out there one of these days, but it hasn't happened. I might just go in fresh. Who knows?
We're gonna walk in doing nothing and just clean house, and then I bowled a few years ago. Let's just dominate these guys who are bowlers. I mean, come on, it's bowling.
I wish I was a secret ringer, but I'm not. But I did tell you I took a bowling class in college and I aced it. So draw your own conclusions there. Let's talk about shortstops. Shortstop Hanley Ramirez if we're going to pay up, or Jose Reyes if we're going to pay up. Which one of those two are you on?
Yeah, I love them both tonight, to be honest. It's going to be a mixed match for me. I trust Reyes more in cash games. Hanley has the bigger upside. If you want to punt, I don't mind Asdrubal Cabrera, who's also second base eligible, shortstop in some sites. But my boy Zach Walters and Alcides Escobar hitting the 2 spot again tonight. Those are 2 decent punts if you're looking to get off.
Did you say Zach Walters by chance?
Zach Walters.
I just wanted to pretend like I wasn't listening again. I'm trying to cover for my mistake. Zach Walters, what is it, 6 dongs in his last 12 games? Is that right?
That sounds good to me. I got 4 of them so far, so I've been lucky with them.
You got 2/3 of his dongs. That's pretty impressive. Took extra innings last night, but he knocked one out again. He's still really cheap. J.J. Hardy versus a lefty, sure. That's pretty. I mean, Jose Reyes. You don't want to talk about Jose Reyes? You're the big Toronto fan. You're supposed to nothing.
I just said, well, we got to be in a hurry here. Kind of Reyes is the guy you want in your cash games, I guess. Danny Santana versus Lee Hendricks. I think some of those twins are in play tonight. If you want to be a contrarian.
I have a problem paying up for Danny Santana. I just feel like he's been playing above his head a little bit. He's been playing amazing, but I don't think he's this good, and I feel like we're paying for him. I don't know. Maybe it's my own mistake. It's a nice matchup tonight. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with you about paying for past performances. I'm not really big on him. I don't have a great feel for him, but if you want to do the Al Smizzle and go contrarian, Danny Santana, shortstop tonight.
Danny Santana's your guy.
Did we talk about Ian Desmond? I like him too.
BVP.
Yeah, BVP of the day, sure.
We got it. Well, I think he's the second one. We'll get to the first one in a second. But I think just because Stevie's on the line, technically, he's there. I just want to hear him chime in and say BVP and then leave. Is he available or no?
He's got some blonde on his lap from what I can see here, so I think he's busy.
Oh, did somebody say BVP?
There you go. Boom.
Did somebody? I heard BVP.
Yes, you heard right. Ian Desmond.
Ian Desmond, yes. Have you got to Bryce Harper yet?
We have not.
It's like, okay, my bad. I'll let you guys keep going. BVP.
Thank you, Stevie. His ears are start to ring once he hears BVP. But okay, we're gonna lead outfield with Scott Van Slyke. Go.
Scott Van Slyke, I like him. BVP 7 for 16 off of Wade Miley. All he does is smash lefties, including Miley. All 7 hits are for extra bases, 3 doubles, 4 home runs. He doesn't make a whole lot of contact. When he does, it's for extra bases. Scott Van Slyke.
And you gotta like Matt Kemp as well. Another, at least historically, another guy that bangs in the lefties. In the great ballpark bump. The Orioles. How about the Orioles? I kind of like them tonight. Drew Smiley struggles versus righties. You got Adam Jones. You got Steve Pearce where he's outfield eligible, and you also have that other guy, Nelson Cruz. Are we on those guys?
I'm going to jump back and answer T. Greer's question first. Sorry, we're at second base. Kipnis, Zobrist, Pedroia in that order. I don't like the Sox. I don't like Pedroia versus Stroman tonight. Yeah, the Orioles definitely played tonight. They're facing a lefty. I mean, probably more so GPP plays with the way Smiley's been pitching. But we got to like them. Alex Gordon, I think, is in a good spot tonight in your cast games. Calhoun's decent tonight. Michael Brantley, you have to love him. Hunter Pence is a guy we like. My board, Melky Cabrera continues to do it over and over again. Those are some of the guys I'm looking at for cast games. GPP-wise, Oswaldo Garcia, Josh Reddick.
Yeah.
What was that? Something else I'm missing here that I really liked. I can't find him. Chris Carter, of course, the way he's been hitting, always expensive. Stanton always in play versus a lefty. And Puig, I mean, on FanDuel especially, way too cheap tonight.
2.8K on FanDuel, which is just that's pretty silly, right? By the way, you answered a guy's question without an avatar. That was very nice of you.
Oh, why do they have to have avatars for their questions?
Well, we're very, you have to have an avatar. You get no respect unless you have an avatar. Nobody respected me until it's on the almanac.
Oh, we could be a new guy. We got to get some love to the new guys too.
I know.
Get
yourself an avatar, T. Greer. Welcome to Roto-Grinders.
I can't give all my love to Soul Stealer. Speaking of love, I think I've got some love on here. There we go.
Do you? Oh, what do you have? What's going on there?
Some hearts above my clown face now.
That's very sweet of you.
Giving some loves to T. Greer, even though he can't afford an avatar. Not everybody's rich and could afford avatars. Where's Fish Cake Kings when you need them? T. Greer, calling you out, Fish Cake Kings. T. Greer 897 or something like that needs an avatar. I don't know what you're going to come up with for that, but he needs one. Where is Fish Cake Kings?
I'm sure he'll make it happen somehow. Top stacks today, Pepsi. Who are our top stacks this evening?
Really none of your business, Dean.
Oh, okay. Was it not your article today? Did you mislead me somehow?
No, because if I don't play these stacks now, I'm going to get... No, I'm just kidding. I got it written down here. Top stacks. The Jays I like. Cleveland versus Noise, I think, is a good spot. The Dodgers lefties or righties versus lefty Miley. That open Houston game, it's wide open in my opinion. And a couple of sneaky stacks, maybe Cincinnati, Washington. And Baltimore. I guess the lefties always in play. There's like 8 for you guys. And if there's one I played tonight that I didn't mention, I apologize.
Yeah. You misled me.
Yeah.
I like Cincinnati. I think we didn't mention Billy Hamilton or Jay Bruce by name, but I think both those guys are pretty interesting. I imagine they're both in the lineup. I haven't seen it just yet. Yeah, there you go. And if you throw in Todd Frazier and Mesoraco, there's your foursome. And I guess if you're on another site, you can put out 5 or maybe 6. Phillips. I don't like Phillips tonight, but whatever. I'll throw him out there. You got to throw him in the stack, don't you?
Yeah, well, not necessarily. I mean, if you're looking for power, I mean, obviously you got to get Bruce Hamilton, Frazier in there, and Mesoraco, so maybe you skip Phillips, but, it's tough. In a site like FanDuel, you can only get 4 in there. Other sites, you roll all 5, I think, got to play it safe because he's cheap, but if I'm looking, Hamilton's speed and throwing bases and triple, and then you got the power of Mesoraco, Bruce, and Frazier, I'd go with those 4 and skip Phillips, actually.
So we're going to try it again, Pepsi. Your big bucks, no whammies.
Oh.
Who's your big bucks play today?
How come I'm killing it in cash games, GPPs, not quite winning these things. I'm cashing all these tournaments, but I can't get the big bucks, no whammy thing right. But anyway, big bucks play of the day. He won't disappoint. Pay up for Posey tonight. He's hot. He's got another good matchup. Morales sucks, and so does an entire Colorado bullpen. No offense to Morales and his family or the Colorado Rocky bullpen guys. And the whammy of the night, this one's really going to hurt you, Dean, but the whammy of the night is Jose Dean, 7904's Boye Altuve.
No, stop it, right there.
Whammy. Bum, 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 bum.
You're combining shows. That's a different show.
I couldn't think of a whammy thing, so I threw some Price is Right in there. See, that's how good it was. You recognized Price is Right away.
The Price is Right is not the same show as Press Your Luck. First of all, however egregious it is to not have an avatar, I'm ignoring that. Now, pointing out and making fun of Jose Altuve and calling him out as your whammy of the day, that's the most egregious thing I've heard all day.
No, you not being able to change a tire is the worst thing I've heard all day.
What a pathetic loser that can't change a tire.
I know. If only there was somebody else in this call that couldn't change a tire as well.
I know. Just absolutely horrible. You guys have bugs right after you. You better.
Oh, we got to go. It's 5:30. Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate you running this for us.
Say hi.
Hmm?
Say hi.
Yeah.
Say hi right there.
Ask her if she likes Jose Altuve tonight.
Do you like Jose Altuve tonight? No.
Oh, on that note, we're not going to top that. But thank you, Stevie, for running this for us. Pepsi, what do you want to say?
I'm going to put the Sierra on.
Does she know Altuve's?
donkey.
You don't like the donkey?
No.
All right.
I'm putting a tiara on for Stevie's little girl to end the show. Good luck tonight, Grinders.
I like the donkey.
I'm not playing Jose Altuve because he's my whammy. Book it. Book it.
If I Altuve, one of your lineups, I'm going to be so upset. All right, Pepsi, we got to go. Boggs is batting next, and thank you, Stevie, once again for running this for us.